You need to go to sleep again. I'm not kidding you. Go to sleep and wake up in alignment and milk it as long as you can, and then go to sleep and wake up in alignment and milk it as long as you can, and then go to sleep and wake up in alignment and milk it as long as you can, and then go to sleep and go into alignment and milk it as long as you can, and then go to sleep. It's going to take a while. Go to sleep and let the momentum subside and reconnect with who you really are and get all filled up, and then awaken into the new day. And each day you will be able to carry your alignment, your allowing, your appreciation further and further, until it's such a path of least resistance that it's almost like anyone who wants to trouble you, really, you should see the aerial views of your life. There are people who move through life, and anything detrimental just zigs and zags around you. If you could see an aerial view, you're tuned in, you're tapped in, you're turned on, and there's a pillager in the village looking for somebody to pillage, but he doesn't choose you because law of attraction just diverts him. Somebody could give him your address and he can't find you. If you have your vibrational cloaking device up, you see what we're getting at?
Yes.
In other words, it's all about vibration. It's all about practiced vibration. It's all about practiced vibration, which causes momentum of vibration. It's all about steadiness. It's all about recognizing it. And so most of all, it's about not beating up on yourself when you have negative emotion, and realize it's just your guidance system letting you know that's not the path this is. That's not the path this is. It doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you've gone wrong. It doesn't mean you've practiced negatively. It means that's not the path. Something else is. You see?
I do find myself, slipping off the path sometimes and then trying to
Well, let's
desperately
talk
get
about
back
that
on.
more.
Okay. I don't know where the negative...
You don't ever slip off the path. You never slip off the path. It's just sometimes you have more awareness that you're on it than others.
Okay.
The path is not going to disregard you. The path is lighting up under your feet. You're always on the path. You're always on the path. Sometimes you just hear the tree fall, and sometimes you don't.
Okay.
Depends on where you're tuned. Ooh, take that home with you, please. Take that home with you. You're always on the path. It's just sometimes you're so tuned from it that you just sort of wander around in the forest for a while. But you're always on the path.
Okay. Just get caught up in the life things that happen that are messy, dirty, knock you over a couple of times. And
when you start feeling them coming, they don't feel good though. You don't have to get caught up. You don't have to get caught up. What's the hook? You don't have to get caught up. You don't have to get caught up. It seems prudent to get caught up because you've got beliefs like I have no choice here, which you always do. But you don't have to get caught up. Follow the path of least resistance. It's really interesting because path of least resistance means if it doesn't feel good, go someplace else. That's what the path of least resistance means. Follow what feels the best. And sometimes, always, a group like you thinks, well, Abraham, if I followed my path of least resistance, I wouldn't go to work tomorrow. And we say, that might be true, but it might be right now the path of least resistance. Going to work might be providing the stimulation you're looking for, the remuneration that you are desiring or wanting or needing. For tomorrow, it might be the path of least resistance. You might step back and say, I'm not always going to work here. That thought is a path of lesser resistance. You might step back and say, I'm going to find a place I really like to spend my time. That thought is a path of even lesser resistance. But if you say, I hate going to work and I'm not going tomorrow, or I hate going to work and I'm going anyway, even though I hate it, that's a path of resistance. And that vibration won't put you in a place where the vibration can be realized by you in a way that something that you do want can unfold. You see what we're getting at?
Yes, I definitely do.
So how does the path of least resistance appear? How do you translate it? It's a thought, it's an idea, it's an impulse. It's not big writing on the wall. It's not coming to a seminar and getting in the hot seat and asking a question and having someone lay it all out for you like a concierge, or here's your itinerary. Go there tomorrow and do this and talk to that one. That's like the girls in Esther's first job. Don't talk to them, don't talk to them, don't talk to them, don't talk to them, don't talk to them. That was a very well-meaning person trying to guide a new person into being able to navigate treacherous waters. That person really meant well. But what it pointed out to Esther is there's very little path of very little resistance here. This is a path of treacherous. This is a place that I don't want to be. The path of least resistance was right out the door she'd walked in, you see. And so that's true for all of you. But you got to give yourself permission to do what feels best to you. And most of you are not really in a place where you're willing to do that because of what you say. There are all of these other. So now what?
Well, I'm living the life that I've always wanted. I have my own career. I just recently got divorced. I left everything on a high note after 35 years because I've adopted your philosophy, and I've tapped into my inner spirit to get the things that I'm most attracted to, and it's been working beautifully for me. I've learned to love myself, but I just don't know how to keep that going on a daily basis. If I could, it's like I feel like I'm unstoppable. There's no
just
stopping.
push the reset button every night. Just push the reset button every night and then do as well as you can do the next day. And knowing that that's what your intention is enough. And eventually you reach this place, and you're right there, maybe even there. You're right there, where you're no longer requiring anybody else to be any particular way in order for you to be in alignment. In other words, everybody else just becomes irrelevant to the scenario because you realize it is a vibrational thing that you've got going on. And that does not mean stand in the middle of something that is unpleasant and keep observing the unpleasantness. Often it means walking away. In other words, we're not anti-divorce. We say there's many people have taken the path of least resistance by doing that, unless they spend the rest of their life justifying why they left by how bad it was when they were there. In other words, that's the tripping point for so many, you see. Mm-hmm. But it's good to feel good, and it's good to have fun. It's good to be clear. And so your beginning question with us was?
It was about love and how to maintain love for yourself on a regular basis.
And so the answer is?
Just set the reset button every night.
But what is the real answer? In other words,
it'll make me feel good.
But what is the real answer even deeper than that? It's a trick question you're never going to get there. We'll just tell you. The real answer is that there is so much love for you and from you and to you and through you that there is no reasonable reason for you to not be finding it. In other words, really?
We're surrounded
by it. There is no
it.
reason for you to not be feeling it.
Okay.
The source within you adores you and is walking every step with you, and any negative emotion you feel in any moment is evidence that your source is with you, because if the path weren't right there, you couldn't feel when you step into murky territory. Did you get that? The very fact that you feel negative emotion is a pronouncement and a demonstration of the true love that is there, because if it weren't there, you wouldn't be feeling the relational. Did you get that? That was really big. So when you say to someone, my hatred for you in this moment demonstrates how much I really love you. Well, my inner being loves you, me not so much. Me not so much. Are you getting this?
Mm-hmm.
So then you just get to decide how much love you want, how much clarity you want. It's just a matter of getting a bead on it, like you did when you found a book. You read it, you resonated with it, you felt good. You see, that's all it is. And now you don't need books. You don't need our books. You've been reunited with your own guidance system. Oh, a guidance system that's there all day, every day, aware of where you are in relationship with who you really are all day long. All day long.
It's heavenly.
Heaven on earth. Heaven everywhere you are. Clarity. So someone says, do you have everything you want? And you say, it's constantly unfolding. And they say, but do you have everything you want? You say, thankfully, no. And they say, what do you mean? And you say, well, I'm evolving and I don't want to eat all the food that I'm going to eat for the rest of my life today either. I like it just coming and coming. So you're happy in your life? Yes, I'm really happy in your life. Well, what do you have to show for it? Happiness. But why are you happy? Because I've tuned into happiness. But how do you justify your happiness? Because I find it easily. Because it's who I am. But how do you demonstrate your happiness?